writers use pseudonyms. Nobody's ever accused him of being a child molester. Anyone who knows me knows I would rather die than harm anyone, at least alone a child. To the best of my knowledge, I have never harmed anyone.
To the best of your knowledge, you sound unsure.
Well, sometimes our actions have unforeseen consequences, despite the goodness of our nature or the purity of our intentions.
So, you admit the possibility of doing harm?
I'm saying I can't be sure. That is for others to decide.
For others to decide, indeed. I have here a list of Mr. Dodgson's so-called friends. I believe victims would be a more appropriate word.
Persecution? Get on with it.
Some 200 names, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and not one of them over the age of 40 years. And if Mr. Dodgson doesn't start answering my questions with a good deal more directness, I will have each and every one of them dragged kicking and screaming into that witness box until we get to the bottom of this sordid little saga of unrequited rats!
No! I'm the one you should interrogate, not innocent children.
I'm glad to see that you're seeing some sense. Why don't you tell the jury what happened on these outings, these alleged picnics?
We went boating on the river to Godstow. If we got tired of rowing or it became too hot, we'd stop for a picnic under a tree or haystack. Occasionally, I would make up stories to amuse them.
Did you ever take advantage of the vulnerability of your charges?
Never.
What? I thought never crossed your mind?
Certainly not. It was unthinkable.
I thought these things happen, don't they, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? A loss of self-control in the heat of the moment, a little too much alcohol, and a burning desire to see what little girls have underneath their dresses. Objection! The persecution is being hypothetical.
Oh, did you?
I have never had such reprehensible inclinations. The trips on the river were innocent fun and nothing more.
Innocent fun and nothing more. I'll ask the jury to open your copies of Alice in Wonderland, chapter 5, entitled Advice from a Caterpillar. Pay particular attention to the illustration. Here we see Alice in conversation with a caterpillar who is sitting on a mushroom, and he is smoking a peculiar apparatus, possibly an oriental pipe or a teapot. Is it a teapot?
No.
I thought not. Would you kindly tell the court the name of this smoking apparatus?
It's a hookah.
A hookah. Hookah. An apparatus in which smoke is inhaled through a long pipe, used by the natives of North Africa and the Middle East. Correct?
Correct, yes.
Which begs the question, why is a caterpillar smoking a hookah in the middle of a children's fairy tale? An innocent bit of fun, as Mr. Dodgson would have us believe. And what, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what substance is the caterpillar smoking with such gusto that he speaks in a languid, sleepy voice? Your words, Mr. Dodgson!
I fail to see where this is leading you. Could you get to the point?
Isn't it a fact that a hookah is used to smoke hashish or some other hallucinogenic agent?
Sometimes.
Well, is that what the caterpillar is smoking?
I don't know.
The persecution rests its case. Oh.
What case is that exactly? That Alice likes mushrooms?
No, beloved. I have shown that the world of Mr. Dodgson is neither innocent nor concerned with the welfare of children. Quite the contrary. It is a world in which the corruption and cruelty to children are viewed by the author as a nice little game, an innocent bit of fun.
Well, Mr. Dodgson, what do you have to say about that?
I have nothing more to add. I can do no more than tell the truth. Alice in Wonderland was invented to amuse and delight children of all ages, but one in particular, a dream child moving through a land of wonders, wild and new. I don't know what else you want from me, unless you want me to lie.
Oh, heaven forbid we should want you to lie, Mr. Dodgson. We just want you to start telling the truth.
The accused may stand now.
Yeah. May I speak with you?
Approach the bench. It's most unusual, I think. If the prosecution has no objection, I don't see why not.
No objection, my lord. I hardly think the defense can pull any magic rabbits out of the hat of this late stage. Or should that be magic mushrooms? The defense wishes to call a surprise witness. Objection!
Sit down.
Call the surprise witness. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Calling Alice in Wonderland.
All right. Silence in court.
In Wonderland. Calling
Please,
tell the court your name.
Alice Liddell. My married name is Hargreaves.
And what is your relationship to my client?
I am the person who provided Lewis Carroll, Mr. Dodgson, with the inspiration to write Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
And how did you feel about that? Did you mind?
Oh, not in the slightest. In fact, it was my idea. I kept nagging him to write down all the wonderful stories he told us when